Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading for the beginning of July. And you, Virgo, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Virgo, and you do have your birth chart, what house is Virgo in, that would give you more information about where this information shows up more for you. Also, this is a timely reading. If you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we do have the underlying energy for the reading is the sun. God's been showing up a lot in these readings. It's good to see. This is the happiest card in the deck, and especially in this position, it sheds sunshine and light on the entire reading and brings the truth out. This is saying you're a child of God, and this is this big banner represents your destined path. This young child is riding this pony, and he is totally fearless. There's no reins, no saddle. And the sunflowers along the wall are talking about happiness. The sunflower heads, they turn with the sun to follow the sun. And that's what, if you're on your destined path, that's all you need to do to be happy too. And then we have the Empress energy. We haven't seen you for a while, Empress, in the readings. So the Empress is talking about the four minor arcana. In the minor arcana, there's four queens, and she represents the qualities of all of them. The Empress earns this status by going through enough in life that she has learned a lot, and she's managed to stay on her destined path in this energy regardless of what she's been through. And she's a very powerful manifester. She's in the flow of manifestation. That's represented by the crop at her feet here. She's known for bumper crops. She has, if she's going to start a project or manifest something, she puts some energy into it, and then she moves forward after she's done that, and she doesn't worry about it anymore. So like, say if she wants to grow a crop, she's going to say, okay, is that going to be wheat or is that going to be durum? Okay, wheat. Which field would be best to grow this wheat in? She's going to choose the field, and then she's going to check the soil. She's going to see if it needs amending. Does it need fertilizing? Weed control, that kind of thing. And then she is going to pick all the stones, or have them picked, and any rocks or anything that would damage the expensive seeding and harvest equipment. Then she'll wait till the most opportune time to plant the seeds, and once they're planted, she's going to leave it up to nature because she's an organic farmer. And she'll move on to the next project until harvest, and until it's time to really take a look at this again. She might do the odd rain dance in there. But other than that, she's going to let nature take care of it. She knows how much time, money, and energy she's willing to invest in this project. And she does what she says she's going to, and then she leaves it up to the universe to do the rest, basically. Until it's time for harvest, then she'll look into it some more. How can she best do that? And this is for the internal forces. So this is saying that internally you've been through a lot, clearly, because we do have the Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Swords is talking about, she's one of the queens from the minor arcana. And so this, quite often, this could be someone different, but because this is your internal forces, sometimes when the queens come in and there's an empress, it could mean that this is talking about how you ended up being an empress, if that makes sense to you. So the Queen of Swords has been through something. She has been there, done that. She has the t-shirt. She is done with bullshit. She's not in the mood. She is most happy to receive what God has to offer her here, and all this abundance of being the Empress. She's got her left hand out, but at the same time, she has her right sword up, and her sword up in her right hand. And this is saying, if anyone comes in with any bullshit for her, off with your head. She longs for those days right now. When she could just say that and it would happen. This is talking about having her head above the clouds. I can feel she's a little bit on the angry side here. So this is talking about maybe something just happened and it was a bunch of bullshit, and she is not in the mood for it, not even a little bit. I can just feel that energy. Now sometimes this, or if often actually, if this queen shows up, you can see this little bird in the background there. In the swords, they all, and the face cards, they all have these little birds, but she only has one, and that's saying that she's very independent, and she is most likely out of the queens to be separated or divorced. And then we have, and this is her energy now. So something, you might be feeling really pissed off about something. That's the energy I'm picking up. And we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups has been coming into almost every reading so far for the beginning of July. And it's goodness, it's talking about the promise of one more cup and you would have 10 cups, all the love you need. So maybe the one thing that cup she's missing is the one for love, because maybe this something happened in her excuse me, in a relationship with a significant other. Now, it doesn't have to be, but that could be the thing. We'll take a look. I mean, there's 9 cups here, and so it's highly unlikely they're all about romance. Or if the queen had 9 lovers like this, it would be very complicated. I could see how she'd be tired and angry. But I feel this is more talking about, like, the cups represent not just romantic love, but all sorts of love. So these cups are saying, like, you have love from your partner, love from your children, love from your pets, loving your neighbors, loving your family, loving your career, the clients. It's like just a lovely life. And this person is sitting on the stage. This could say that you are in the public eye or have worked for public office. It's something to do with that. This energy, you notice here, he's on stage, but his body language is a little incongruent from the top to the bottom. The bottom, his feet are turned out, and this means he's leaking his masculine and feminine energy, both from his base chakra. And, in body language, like if you sit like this, think about a car. If he had to get up in a second's notice and go run and do something, he's not going to get very far with his feet turned out like this. If they were straightforward, think about a car. How far is a car going to get with its with its wheels turned like this? It needs an alignment. And so this is just talking about leaking energy here. So not 100% focused. And then the energy here is an infinity symbol. So, it's kind of the upper body's stronger than the lower at this time. So it just could be, this could be representing just being tired of, the lower chakras are about having courage to move forward, and the survival of the fittest, that kind of energy. So it could be just tired. And but this is saying keep your focus. You don't want to be distracted here. He does kind of remind me of a genie. This is someone who's been successful for sure. Like, he has 9 cups here. And so this could be you could be this energy, like, where you've been very successful. You might be in the public eye somehow. Or something has happened that was very public. There's something to do with the public. And the cups here, they could be in the past. They could be above his head in the present. Or they could be forward. So they could be about to come in. And this is saying, you're highly favored to receive whatever this is that you're wanting to receive, but you really need to keep your focus right now. Don't let people distract you. And anger is one of the ways to really drain your energy. So maybe that's why. Maybe something just happened before they got on stage, and they're really angry now. It could be, I don't know, I'm picking up some sort of energy like that. Something just happened, it feels like. The Wheel of Fortune, though, is turning in your favor. And so this is about how you're feeling right now. I'm getting really pissed off about something. And then this energy here is talking about, maybe you're a public figure of some sort, and you had it was something public that happened, and you know it's threw you off a little bit. This is your abundance, and so don't keep your focus on where you're going. You know, many a race is lost in the last lap. Just keep your focus. That's what this card is saying. You're highly favored to succeed, whatever this is. Even if it feels like it bombed or whatever, there's going to be something good that comes out of it. This, I feel like you got sabotaged on stage somehow or something, like in the public eye. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're on a stage, but something to do with that. You would know if this is your reading, or maybe this is an energy that happened in the past, you know, but it feels more current to me. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, though, so this is really good. This is saying your fortune is changing. This is saying that you are meant to be fortunate, like from the day you're born. You are meant to have a lot of good fortune. And so this energy, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is actually the past, the present, and the future coming together. And I feel there's something to do with that here. Whatever is stopping, like whatever this is, like are the cups in the past or in the present or the future, that moment, those moments are all coming together, if that makes sense. And so this is in the now, and in the now, you know, on this Wheel of Fortune, there's actually 3 wheels, and one of them has the Hebrew letters for the name of God, Tetragrammaton, which is a sacred geometric symbol that talks about equalization of all forces, things coming back into perfect order, which is right up the Virgo, the Virgo alley. Virgo likes things lined up and in order and clean and organized. That's the kind of energy. So I do feel that this has been this good fortune. This is your position of early communication. And I feel like you've always been kind of a lucky person. Even if you're maybe don't feel that way, you are, because like it could have been much more unlucky, I'm getting, in some of the situations that you're in. I'm just picking up that kind of energy. There's a reason why you're feeling like this, that's for sure. Because this is your normal energy. This is your natural energy. So the hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge and waiting to see what is going to happen. Like, or you know, he's hanging there because he wants to gain a new perspective on what's just gone on. And I feel that's the energy that I'm picking up here. Yeah, something, you know, this is in the 4th house. And that's about your domestic life, your home life, you know, your personal goals, etc. And the full moon tonight is in the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is about your public image, your reputation in your career, etc. And I feel like someone in your inner circle went out of their way to do something to piss you off in public. Like, you know how sometimes, you know how children like can get, they know that they have your attention, like that they know that you're in the middle of doing something, you're on the phone or whatever, you've been waiting for a phone call and they've been good all day, but that's when they irritate you. But I feel like this is maybe an adult, and because this is in your home life, and the moon, the full moon in Capricorn, Cancer is right across the wheel from that energy. And so the push and pull of the full moon is your career, reputation, your public life compared to your home life. If there's discrepancy in the two, it can really cause difficulty for both ends of it, if that makes sense. So this energy, at the same time, we have Mercury, which is responsible for communication and which you are ruled by, goes into retrograde. And that's when communication can really go awry. So today was not a good day. If it was something that happened today, it was not a good day to do that to you. You're not in the mood for it. I'm just getting it. And the hangman is looking at it from all perspectives. And I feel like you're, maybe it's not the first time it's happened, but it was, be careful with your anger right now, because there's a lot of miscommunication when Mercury's in retrograde, and emotions are high when we have a full moon. So a full moon with poor communication is a recipe for disaster. Chill out, hang back a little bit before you, handle it, deal it. It's good to hang from the tree of knowledge a little bit, gain a few perspectives on what happened. Maybe you misinterpreted it, maybe someone misinterpreted you, some sort of energy like that. Take a little rest. Sometimes when Mercury's in retrograde, we can be feeling really tired as well. This energy is saying maybe you need to rest for a day or two, or get away from it all and go off on your own for a day, or even, for a few hours, and just go for a nice walk or whatever you do to chill out. And meditation, prayer would be a good idea. This is talking about, the Four of Swords is talking about putting your mind to rest so that you can use your intuition to come to some sort of awareness, basically, is the word I'm looking for what to do in this situation. And this person has gone into a church, or something like a church. There's a stained glass window here. They're in meditation and prayer. They have laid their mind to rest. They're not overthinking it. And they've hung their subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind on the wall, because they want to go inward and feel instead of and use their intuition. And there's no better time than during a full moon. Like your intuition's going to be very sharp. So your subconscious mind is formed by the time you're like about 6 or 7. And your subconscious mind is really the thoughts of the people that were in charge of your care from the time you were a baby until you were like around kindergarten age, 6, 7, like 5, 6, 7. And it's heavily imprinted on us because babies are like sponges. They suck the information and their environment in. And that's basically your culture, your food, even the food you eat, your how your parents approach money, just everything basically. And because babies are like such a sponge, and we're like that for the first 5, 6 years of our lives, it's heavily imprinted on us as an adult. And when we get triggered, we tend to that's the thought that comes up. And it actually is not the most reliable, because it's really the thoughts of the people that were in charge of our care, not our own thoughts quite often. We have the unconscious mind, and that is when it's the more spiritual side of things. And, a lot of people will say, yes, I'm a human being with a soul, but from the soul's perspective, you're a soul traveling in a human body as your vehicle. And so if the unconscious mind's needs are not being met, it will start causing conflict and in the inner mind. It'll start arguing with the subconscious mind and your conscious mind. And your conscious mind is what you're conscious of. I am pissed off because they did this. And you could tell anyone what that was. It's that. So if you can get these three working together and quiet them down, and through meditation and prayer, and get into that practice, then you can plug it into your heart, because your heart knows what you want, and you can feel, what action is the strongest for you. And there's a word on the stained glass window here, Pax, P-A-X, which means peace. So this is about having peace of mind and being temperate. So this is saying that you're doing your best to stay on your destined path. And this is considered to be earth angel energy. In the Bible, it says God sends 144,000 angels down to earth to make the world more beautiful place and more fair and more lovely to be in. Like there's more love in the world. The earth angel energy, this is like alchemy, pouring that energy, your own special, unique qualities, and then bringing that into the universal pool. And then her left foot is actually grounded on land. And where her foot is grounded, you notice she's growing beautiful flowers already. And we have the path of glory in the background. The sun's right there. So it's saying the path of glory is when you're doing the best to be your best version of you. And the Bible also talks about temperance. Temperance is when you're, you don't give in to the irritation and anger. It's one of the most like it's the least desirable way to manifest. It actually impedes your creativity in a great way. So it's talking about controlling that part of yourself, and being like just calm and realizing, oh, everything's in God's plan. It will work when it's supposed to. Whatever happened here, there's some sort of reason for it. Maybe I needed to figure something out about, and now I am really working on this now. So this energy is your internal forces. You do have control over this through your internal forces. Your internal forces are the what ifs. You can tell because you'll be saying, what if that person ever does that again? I could just like, or you could be saying, what if I just remain calm and chill out for tonight, and maybe in the morning I'll wake up and I'll be a little bit less miserable about this, and I'll be able to have maybe a better solution, because the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And why get distracted by something someone else did? Even if they were going out of their way to piss you off, it's like they're the ones, like you're the one who's going to lose here, because this is saying you need to maintain your focus. The Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor. Don't get all caught up in something that, unless it's really serious, let it go for a day and calm down, especially on a full moon with Mercury in retrograde. And look at, we have the Emperor here as well. So the Emperor energy, oh, I actually took that off the top, and I meant to get the external forces from the bottom. Okay, look at this. So I'm going to do this card first because I drew it first, but we're working on the external forces now. And the external forces, you're not saying anymore what if, you're saying what the EF, like what the F happened. And this is in your partnerships, commitments, and in your spousal energy. So now I don't know if like, because we have the Empress energy here, you could be an Empress, because this is representing your internal forces, that's just really pissed off right now. And this is who I think you're pissed off at. Yeah, the Emperor. And this would be a power couple, because the Emperor and the Empress, now like the Emperor is all four kings rolled into one. And he's all about performance. He's like 100%. So he should know better. Something happened here, I think. I don't know if you go on stage together or whatever this is, but like there's an Emperor. I feel this is like an Emperor and an Empress. And something he did ticked you off. And it was in public. And maybe it embarrassed you, or I don't know what happened exactly. But the Emperor, he wears his armor underneath his robe, and he has his, that's because he's ready to grab an opportunity at a moment's notice. He's generally high-level performance. This is someone that a lot of people admire. Whatever he's doing, he's at the top of his game. And sometimes, though, his energy can be very my way or the highway energy, definitely. He can be very controlling at times. So something, I don't know, hopefully this is just a little spat that you can, recover from, because I do think you are an Empress that's very pissed off right now with the Emperor. That makes sense, because here we have a Fool rushing in. There could have been some sort of information coming in that pissed you off. Like that's the words I keep getting, pissed off. And so this is talking about, the Knight of Swords works for the King and Queen of Swords. And so this might not be the same. There could maybe you're the Queen of Swords, and you're pissed off because of an Empress and an Emperor. It's one of the two, but either the Empress and the Emperor, you could be the Empress, and this is you could be an Empress that's pissed off with the Queen of Swords. Maybe it wasn't your Emperor. It's hard to say, because now it's changing a bit with this energy coming in, because the Knight of Swords works for the Queen of Swords. So yeah, let's just keep going here. Mind you, we have an Empress and an Emperor, and they embody the qualities of all four. So I still feel like you might be an Empress pissed off with the Emperor. It's the most likely. Because he's coming up right here and showing that this is a partner, either a partner in business or someone that you have a commitment with in some sort of way, or this could even be your spouse. So there's something that happened, some information that came in that made you angry. That's a better way of saying it, I think. But you see the Knight of Swords, he's nervous bringing this to the Queen. He's like, oh, she's gonna be mad. So this could be, we can only see half his sword. So he might only have half the information. We can't see the point, and maybe he can't either. There's a big red flag on the back of his helmet. And he's running against the wind and stressed out. Like you can see he's stressed out. His horse is stressed out. And horses represent heartfelt energy and passion in tarot. So running against the wind through barren land and doesn't really know 100% of the information, but he's either running very hard from something. He might be running from the Emperor. He might be running from God. He might be running from the Empress. But he's running towards the Queen of Swords. So it could have been that you received some information or communication that pissed you off. So it's that kind of energy. Let's keep going, because I think this might need clarification. If this is your reading, though, like if this is resonating with you, you'll know something about it. It could be all different ways. Like, look at this. We have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is talking about, quite often this can be romantic love. And so the Page of Cups, he knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's focused on this cup. So this could be something about, this energy is in your higher learning. So maybe, I don't know, this could be something to do with the Emperor. We'll keep going here. But there could be something fishy in your love life. Like the Page of Cups is bringing in communication about love. And he knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's chosen this one and he has his eye on it. So maybe the Emperor was eyeing somebody else up, Hard to say. Something was going on. He's got his eye on someone else or something, or that's how you feel. There's something around that. And this energy can sometimes say there's something stinky happening in your love life. If you leave a fish out of water for too long, it's going to smell. So it could be something fishy in your love life. This is in your higher knowing. And then we have a reward coming in your position of your career and reputation, which is what I feel something happens. So isn't that interesting that it's in your career and reputation that God is rewarding you? This is a gift from the divine. So, something that you really love, I feel. And it's for staying on your path of glory. So you must have contained yourself here and still kept calm and did what you needed to do. And maybe you're just waiting till they get home kind of energy. But this is talking about a gift of a better lifestyle. It's a reward for following your North Star, for being on your destined path, being in this Empress energy, and staying on your path of glory. And this is from the universe and the divine. And the pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. So this energy is talking about, and Virgo energy is about the earth, and this represents the element of earth. So this is, it's a coin because, of course, money is a big part of being happy in the 3D and the earthly matters and matters of the earth. But you could have all the money in the world, and the Empress and Emperor usually do have access to a lot of money. But it's more about lifestyle. It's the lifestyle that you want to live. You could have all the money in the world, but not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So there could be something about your home life that has been holding you back in your career and reputation. Interesting. But, we have the sun shining on this. Oh, the Emperor is supposed to be, where? Oh, this was the card that for the underlying energy for the... Yikes, I was getting so excited about the reading. So this changes things. Now this is talking about the transition coming in. There's some transition because there was something stinky in your love life. I feel like the Emperor might have done something stinky here. Now this is in your higher learning. It's affected your career and reputation. Okay, that makes way more sense. I apologize for that. It didn't feel quite right. Okay, career and reputation. Look at this. Hidden illusions, secrets coming out on the full moon, which we have tonight. And this is a lobster climbing out of the emotional water and getting on their path. Like, remember, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, and this would be a major distraction. Maybe you have a big event tonight. Maybe you're going to do some event for the full moon. Who knows? And maybe he didn't show up to drive you there or whatever. And, you know, like, there could be a lot of scenarios here. I don't want to get into them and make you even more angry. But you may have been, there could have been a hidden illusion or secret comes out. And it's like we have a full moon, a new moon, and we have eclipse season. So we have a domestic dog and we have a wolf. This is representing your public life, your wild side, being out in public, and this is your at home life. Again, it's coming up. And this is saying, oh, okay, I could be really vulnerable, but I'm going to stay on my path of glory. I'm showing up for this event or whatever. I feel like it might be something to do with that. You haven't had, like, he's done something to really piss you off right before you're about to go on stage, you know, or did that. And then you really had to keep your shit together. You know, he found out some sort of information that was really shifty right before you had something that was really important for your career. That's why you need to stay focused on the stage. Ah, you know what that reminds me of? The energy of, wasn't it Katy Perry that was texted right before her concert? And it was like, I'm divorcing you. And, you know, thinking about, like, all these people are calling, like, all these people have paid all this money to come to this concert. And there she is, a puddle, like, bawling her eyes out. But she got up and she went out. And, but, like, all of those people would have been disappointed. You think about that. Like, someone who sabotages you and someone that you care about sabotages you right before you're about to go out on stage. Wow. What an a-hole. I don't blame you for being mad. But you held it together. I don't know, like, isn't that weird? I saw that on a video. I don't know how it popped up. But in any case, I'm not a big fan of Katy Perry, so I don't know that. I didn't know that happened to her. But I had to admire the fact that someone went out, you know. Hey, by the way, I want a divorce 1 hour before you're about to perform in front of this huge crowd. That was when she actually was very popular. And so, yeah, like, I feel like it's something to do with that. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Katie. And so this is the Page of Wands. I feel like, yeah, like, but it's really interesting because the Page of Wands is like someone who's really enthusiastic and dressed to the nines, and he's got a feather in his cap. Someone that, like, this energy is talking about someone that is, you know, loves enthusiasm for life, is passionate about what they do, is passionate about waking up in the morning, what's going to happen today kind of energy. But the thing about the Page of Wands to know is sometimes his information is a little bit skewed because he really admires his wand, and this is about passionate action. And he sometimes, quite often, is thinking with his little head instead of his big head. And so maybe the Emperor did something. He was in this energy or something. I don't know, because we have something stinky. You like, I don't want to, because I don't know what it is. It could have even been something small, but sometimes, like, if you're someone who's a public speaker or something, and you're just about to go on stage, and someone hands you like a bouquet of, you know, whatever, just as you're about to go out there, it's not the best energy to go out and perform, right? And then we have Ace of Cups coming in though. So this is talking about a divine love. So I feel like maybe this energy is saying that maybe you are, because of someone who's divorced since this has happened, and it has brought you up to Empress status. And because of that stinky energy, an Emperor now sees you as an Empress because you've learned so much from it. Maybe he was at the concert, standing in the crowd and going, wow. And when he heard about it after, wow, now that person can really keep their shit together. Maybe it was something like that. And that's the cup of love coming in from the divine. Now that would make, and how much better to be with someone who's not that immature, that actually behaves like an emperor, you know? So really interesting. I don't really want to like using other people like that, for example, but I can't think of anyone famous like that that I knew the story of, because I'm not particularly a fan. So I, just whatever. So this cup is talking about love coming in with an emperor, I feel, and you wouldn't have attracted this love had you not gone through all this. Wow, talk about analytical critique. All right, I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want clarification. And, take the story I came up with, like, could be just for one person there, but it's the essence of that kind of energy. If you've ever been sabotaged right before you needed to be really focused, and it was someone that you thought cared about you and had your back, and you found out they didn't, and now, like, it was enough that you got divorced. I feel like it's like it was enough for you to say, you're fired. It was enough for you to say, you're not my friend anymore. It was enough to, it's that type of energy. Definitely. So it didn't have to be the same story that I was talking, but that story fit. What a crazy world we live in. All right, we have the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck for the oh, look at this. See, that's confirming it right there. The sun is shining on this. God is saying the truth is you would not have been an empress if it was not for that. That's hilarious. The emperor wouldn't have been attracted to you if he had not seen you go through that and seen you come up. Really interesting. And okay, we're going to, this is my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I started it in 2007. In 2020, I completed all 64 paintings. And now I'm working with it before putting it out there as an oracle. But the numbers on these cards represent the paintings in the order they are in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And I will put them in the description box in the order that they appear here. And then you'll be able to know what to look. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. Interesting, though, that the Empress came out to clarify, God saying, yes, this is the truth. You would have never attracted the Emperor had whatever happened to you not happened to you. Just using that as an example. Doesn't have to be exactly like that, but something similar to that kind of story, depending on whatever business or whatever you're in. The High Priestess energy, definitely. Using your intuition for sure, especially with the full moon. Perception. So this is talking about, yeah, see, this is talking about someone who the grass is greener on the other side, and then someone finds out it's fake. Huh. Okay, and that's why you're angry. So someone was thinking with their little head. We have the Magician. This is an energetic upgrade for you. This is coming in for you. We have this Scorpio energy, the sexual gladiator. This is saying you deserve to have all the love in your life, and you deserve to be respected. And especially if you're needing to go out and do something important, to not have something like this to deal with right before you do so. So this is the Scorpio energy. I just want to point out that when the signs come up in the horoscope, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the qualities of the sign. And like the Scorpio energy is really good at uniting, and then it can be like if they're If this this could be someone put you in this mood of like having a scorpion tongue, or someone used a scorpion tongue on you, because the Scorpio energy, when someone gets in that energy, it's like either they can elevate you or they can conquer you with their words. And Virgo energy is very much like that as well. Virgo energy is analytical critique, which is very helpful. And then that can run into anal criticism though. And Virgos have a tendency to do that with themselves first and foremost, and then also with others. We have the Chariot. So this is coming in fast, this information, but it's saying again, don't act out in anger. Don't get yourself distracted. Don't blow it because someone comes in and does that. How mean. And then we have the World here. So this is talking about this cycle is over because of whatever. I feel like whatever happened when that happened, that was, the writing was on the wall, basically. You were not going to be sticking around with this person. That was like, no. And this is like the card 21 is when the Fool, who started out at the 0 point, is now at the end of that cycle. And you've learned everything you can from that, and you are done with it. I can see that energy coming in. Deception. See that's talking again here. Talking about, here you are going out and trying to do the best you can, like to free your career. And I'm just getting, it was important for your career, whatever happened. And they picked the worst possible time to do whatever they did. And it could have been about a fight at home or something, but there's times to do, to deal with that, and there's times not. It's not going to help you if you get really worked up though, when you're the one who's going to be embarrassed. And so this is about, there was deception, for sure. It's saying it here, the grass was greener, kiss me good. And this can even be about an energy of someone that was in your inner circle. Wow. Maybe, I'm not going to get into all the scenarios because I got all these scenarios rolling around in my mind right now of what could have happened with this energy coming in. We've got deception, and we've got, your perception. So someone felt the grass was greener, and then it looks like they deceived you with someone else. And we have mother's worry here. So this could, sometimes this card is talking about, your mother could be worried about you, definitely, if this happened to you. But it also can be talking about just the earth, the way the world is right now. This card's been coming out a lot, and I feel like it's like, and this is anxiety. So, it could be your mother was really worried about you. It caused a lot of worry for her as well. There's that kind of energy. We have the Eagle sitting right on the Emperor. So keep your ego in check. Bottom line. Interesting energy. But I feel that this Emperor is actually the love that God sent in, because it's now from an external force coming towards you. It's not, I feel this is the new love coming in, or maybe the Emperor did this to you and there was another Emperor in like someone of that caliber. I don't think so though. I feel like this was like someone in the past, and the Emperor is to match your new Empress energy. And then we have Temperance again. So we have Temperance twice. It's saying be very careful not to. Someone really went out of their way to, this energy. This is immature energy. This isn't like how an Emperor normally would act. So he might stray, but he wouldn't be public about it like that. Very, very unlikely. So this is about, again, stay devoted to your path. Don't let this stinky energy, take you down, right? And then we have use your insight as well as your intuition. That's sitting, this reward. It's because, excuse me, man, I've been getting the hiccups a lot today. So this is talking about having the insight and to keep your cool and staying on your path. And I feel like you went out and you did a great job. And then this is, yeah, you're a superstar. Or if this just happened and you're going out somewhere tonight, you're going to be a superstar. I feel like there's going to be harmony. I feel like whatever happened here, you made a decision about that this is never happening to you again. That's the energy. And then we have anger. So yeah, keep your temper in check. It's saying that again. The karmic space of anger. And this can be talking about like again, this is someone, who is acting immature. Wow. It could be this energy. It could be an emperor that was acting immature, or it could be, it could be. It could be someone else is coming in to replace this emperor, but it'll be another emperor, which is weird, isn't it? Well, maybe they were fighting over you. Then we have pride, the karmic space of pride. So all or nothing. I feel like whatever happened, it happened because someone like was jealous of you and didn't want you to have that special moment for whatever reason. It's a crappy space to be in. But this is talking about, I feel this is saying for you that you're not putting up with that kind of energy. Like this is like done. And so I feel like you're not putting up with that energy. You don't have any intention of putting up with that energy again. So I feel like you're too proud to deal with that shift in your life. So really good energy. In many ways, there's a lot of good blessings coming in. But, if this hasn't happened to you, and it doesn't even have to be anything big, because sometimes, how you're already kind of on edge and you're thinking about leaving, and then that's the last straw. That's the energy I'm getting, the last straw. This was the last straw, that kind of energy. All right. I do hope that, keep your shift together. And if you are going out to do an event or something, just keep your focus. It'll really benefit you. I've enjoyed this reading. It's kind of been interesting. If you would like to look at the paintings, it might give you some sort of, it might give you some idea as well, because they're from different areas of the world. Anyway, give it a like and comment if you will, and subscribe if you resonate with the channel. I'm honored when you do so, and I'll be back, Virgo, with another reading for you soon. Bye for now.